Yeah, leftists find out after cannibalizing an HSI officer's finger. Yeah, you hear me right. A leftist bit or HIS or ICE officer's finger and find out dearly. Before we start the video, let's read some of the comments. This is just how I was go. As a commentator, I did not want to see the instruction apply to any state in the union, but it's time for it to happen. These people need to be stopped. What the hell is wrong with these people? Spitting, biting, amputating, digitals, ramming officers with their cars, terrorizing citizens, doxing, information, etc. Enough already. Human bites are highly accepted. That is disgusting. He pulled a gun on an ICE agent. Yeah. I forgive all federal agents who have used their firearms to protect themselves from Democratic agendas who threaten them. Office in Minnesota wants to keep this going as long as possible to hide the Fry story. The more that are sacrificed, the more they can hype the story. Antifa just declared war on ICE and MAGA per Homeland sanction. They need to publish their photos and addresses. Riot, arson in jail, and a problem. A quick note to say thanks for what you have doing. Great job. The Lingers are leftist voters. That's why they are trying to protect them. All this is going on because the Democrats and the left don't want this shit going on. And let's get to the video.
Well, guys, one of the greatest movies of all time is The Silence of the Lambs, starring Anthony Hopkins. Now, in that movie, in case you guys haven't seen it, Anthony Hopkins plays Dr. Hannibal Lecter, also known as Dr. Hannibal the Cannibal Lecter, because he was a cannibal. That's what he did. He ended up in an insane asylum because he ate his victims. He cut them up and ate them. Some of those books, man, are some of the greatest books I've ever read. They made other movies as well, but we know how big of a movie The Silence of the Lambs was. And Anthony Hopkins was actually barely in that movie as Hannibal Lecter, because you read the book. In the book, he's only in the book about 10 pages. Okay? But I never thought, guys, that we would actually be living in a real world where you actually have real Hannibal Lecter style people out there. Yeah, we also call them leftists, folks. Yeah, leftists in Minneapolis, by the way. Now, we talked about the shooting that happened today, where a left-wing idiot decided it was a good idea to try and save a criminal legal alien from Border Patrol. Border Patrol is actually conducting an operation, and then this guy decides, you know what? Let me get involved. It's none of my business, but let me get involved. Let me pull out a gun. And then he found out. He got shot dead. Then we found out, guys, 200 riders out there went on a rampage, man. I mean, Minneapolis was looking like some city in Afghanistan or something like that. It didn't look like the United States of America. But we know that these leftists, they hate the United States of America. They really do. They went on the attack. And folks, I think it's really, really about time. I've been saying this before. President Trump, invoke the Insurrection Act. Invoke the Insurrection Act. That way the military can actually come in, and guess what? Those leftists aren't going to want to play with the military, because they're definitely going to find out then. This needs to end. It really, really does. Jacob Fry, Tampon Tim Walz, they're not going to stop their people from attacking ICE agents, Border Patrol agents, whatever. They're not going to stop. Because guess what happened today, guys? Some leftists actually decided to cannibalize a federal officer's finger. Yeah, they bit it off, folks. This is how insane these people are. And we actually have the pictures. It is absolutely disgusting, folks. This needs to end. Insurrection Act now. I've seen enough. I have seen enough. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen enough also as well. We need the Insurrection Act right now. These leftists need to be put in their place. I don't want to see anybody else die, even though these leftists actually doing it to themselves. Renee Good and this guy today, they did it to themselves. But I take no pleasure in actually saying, hey, they're dead. But they want to play games, they're going to find out. Let's go ahead and dive into this, guys. Here we go. But first, check out blackwhitenetwork.com. Support us by becoming a member. Membership's at $10 a month. You can actually save money by getting an annual plan, 24% off. Either way you do it, you get a 7-day free trial. We have member videos over there, me and Rhodes shooting together. And we also have our member live stream as well. Also, if you guys would like to donate to us, we do have a donation tab right here. You guys can donate 5, 10, 20, or whatever you want right there because we have a custom tab. We appreciate it. And don't forget about the merch. Get your merch today, 18% off. We got our America 250 shirt, our FAFO shirt. Wore that today. I'm actually wearing it underneath this sweater right here because it's really cold. But 25% off if you actually become a paying member to the website. So we appreciate it, guys. So here we go. Right over here, guys. Breaking. Minneapolis anti-ICE rioters attack federal officer and one bit his finger off. Yeah, this is the insanity we're dealing with, folks. So it looks like right here on his right hand on the ring finger, the tip of it is gone. And it's blurred out right there. Gone. They bit it off. This is how sick these people are, man. And it's either one of these two people here, they don't look well. They don't look well. Says here, a federal Homeland Security investigations officer had his finger bitten off by a rioter in Minneapolis on Saturday in the aftermath of the shooting of anti-ICE agitator Alex Preddy. That's the name of the guy that got killed. In an announcement from DHS spokesman Tricia McLaughlin, she said, in Minneapolis, these rioters attacked our law enforcement officer and one of them bit off our HSI officer's finger. He will lose his finger. Yeah, and it's detached. It is detached, man. We actually got the pictures as well. They're doing this all because one of their own got shot because he was actually impeding federal agents from actually doing their job. Yeah, capturing a dangerous criminal illegal alien, a domestic abuser. But these leftists, man, they love every single criminal. Every single one. But they don't care about their own people who aren't criminals. ICE, the federal agents, man, they're trying to round up all these dangerous criminals off the street. And none of this would actually be happening if Tim Walz, Jacob Frey just allowed federal agents into their jails. Because we know that these people are actually put in jails, but leftists want to make this difficult. So what they do is they let these criminals out on the street, and then they know that ICE is going to be looking for them, and they want the chaos. Because they want to mobilize the leftists. And then some of them actually get killed because they start breaking the law. Unreal. But right over here, that's the finger, guys. That's the finger right there. And I'm not sure if we actually have the names of these two individuals right here. But like I said, they don't look well. These leftists, man, they seem to all look the same too. Do we have names on these people? I'm not even sure if we actually have names on these people. But it's really crazy, man. It is really, really crazy. Benny Johnson posts this right here. This is Chrissy Nome talking about the finger being bitten off. Watch this.
Of protesters then showed up at the scene. They began to obstruct and to assault law enforcement officers. We saw objects being thrown at them, including ice and other objects, and a rampant assault began, and even an HSI officer agent's finger was bitten off. Crowd control measures were deployed to bring safety to the public and to law enforcement at the scene. And once again, I want to remind everybody that this situation and this tragedy did not have to happen. Our law enforcement are doing everything that they can to protect the public.
Wow. His finger is gone, folks. It is gone. And there's another picture here, guys. Before this, I'm not going to show it. It is gruesome. Not going to show it. The finger's gone. It's gone. So over here on the postal interview, they actually blurred out the finger. Absolutely crazy. This is how crazy these leftists are. I mean, guys, it has to take a lot of force to bite off a finger, because there's bone right there. Bone. But these people don't look well, man. They don't look well, especially this person right here on the left. Looks completely deranged. Completely deranged. I want to know the name of these people, man. I want to know some background on them. I really do. This needs to stop, man. It is time for the Insurrection Act. It's time. It really is, man. Wow. I'm at a loss of words, guys. I'm really at a loss of words. How in the world does this happen? This is out of hand. These people are deranged. And even if they're actually deranged, guys, this kind of people that's going to go out there and vote. We need to vote. Big time. Because these Democrats, man, if they actually get back in power in the House, because no doubt about it, man, they're not going to win the Senate. Democrats get in the House, man. The only thing they're going to do is impeach Trump, which will be a waste of time because he's never going to get convicted. That's all they're going to do, is try to stop his agenda to get these criminals out of our country. It's really sad, man. It's really, really sad. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.